Do you feel that playing next to Cooper and Gallup has eased your transition into the NFL, and if so, in what ways?
Yeah, I do feel like having guys like Coop and MG on the same field as me, because for one, it takes a lot of pressure off me. For two, I feel like you can't double any of us, and three, you get a lot of man-to-man coverages. That goes back to number two, and you learn from guys like that has great enough experience. You know that everything any question I have, they have the answer to, and they're young. It don't get no better than that. Just having young, older guys, you know, just on the field with me, grinding with me. They've seen everything that I've seen already. So any question I have for them is nothing new.
CeeDee, how would you assess your game after the first couple weeks of the season, throughout the totality of your game, not just as a receiver but as a blocker, and where you want to continue to improve at?
My game is getting better. I feel like, but it's definitely not where I want it. I'm still looking, you know, to be better every game, every practice. Take it seriously. And I'm looking to build with this great group of guys I have in this locker room, you know, continue to win. Enjoyed the feeling that we had last week. Just looking to keep it going.
CeeDee, in watching tape this week, what are some things that stand out to you about Seattle secondary?
As we all know, Jamal Adams, he's a very disruptive guy. He's a playmaker. Guys like that you got to account for. You gotta see where he is on the field, and you know, you got to plan around it. Whatever happens on the field, we're ready for it. You got to be aggressive, and you got to bring the fight to them.
CeeDee, Amari mentioned after the game that I think he had you look up at the scoreboard when it was saying during the game that you'd hit 100 yards, and he talked also about hitting 100 yards in his second career game. What did it mean to you that Amari wanted to help you there in that moment, and how has he helped you get there?
He's helped me a lot in various ways, just giving me tips in practice, even in the game on the sideline. He's a great mentor, and I'm definitely looking, you know, to build with him, and also MG. But for Coop, after the out route right before Greg kicking the field goal or us running time down, we were in the huddle, and Coop tapped me on the shoulder, and he was like, look what you did. And then I looked up, and it said CeeDee Lamb 6'106", and I was like, that's unbelievable. I cherish that moment forever. I kind of, you know, I got that photographic memory, you know, locked in my head. I'm looking, you know, to hopefully see it again and again, and you know, I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
Was there a point where you didn't feel like a rookie anymore, or do you still feel like a rookie?
I still feel like a rookie. It's only game 2, going to game 3 now. It's only my 3rd week in the NFL as a pro football player. Like as far as playing wise, I still got a lot to learn from. I still got a lot to build on, and like I said, I'm just still looking to be better.
Has anything surprised you after 2 weeks?
Not really. Just the speed of the game. Most definitely, obviously, it's something new to me. And then with the quarantine and COVID going on, it's been added months of without football, so my legs wasn't really, you know, in football shape again, if you will. But I feel like I'm ready now.
You're a very willing blocker. That's part of what makes you an all-around wide receiver. Through the first couple of games, though, there've been a couple flags for blocking. What have you taken when you look back at those plays? Are those tic-tac calls in your view that go either way, or are those coaching points that you'd like to clean up moving forward?
It's things that I can, you know, look forward and build up to, build on. Obviously, the flags are the flags. I can't really, you know, fight the ref for throwing the flag, but at the end of the day, I just got to be better, clean it up, make the game clean, and respect the game. Obviously, the hits that I've had, one was blocking in the back, and one was using my helmet, a legal block. So that's things that I can control, and I definitely like I said, be better, grow off of it. I learned my first 2 games, I got 2 flags, so I kind of need to not really tone it down, but play a lot smarter.
What did it mean to you that? Go ahead.
CeeDee, where do you feel like your timing is with Dak after a couple games, and what does it do for your confidence maybe for him to go to you late on that last drive to get in position for that field goal to win the game?
Me and Dak's timing, it's coming together over. It's came together over time. Since before the season, before we even got, in the facility, we were working on it. As soon as I got to Dallas, me and him, I kind of hit him. I got situated. We started to link up and then get timing down. We kind of both made it a number one priority for the season. Heading into the season, we made it a number one priority. Just if I'm here, he has me, and then no matter what, I told him that I got his back too. So just for him to know that I got him and he got me, I think that's what got us to late in the game, that out route, and the rest is history.
I was going to ask you kind of along those lines, not only that play, but then even in the first week, it's that big 4th and 3. They go to you there too. I mean, just two huge moments for them to be targeting a rookie wide receiver. Did you expect that to happen right off the bat, first 2 weeks of the season?
I mean, no, I did not expect it, but I feel like my preparation had made me ready for, any situation. Granted, I caught the ball on both of them, but on one of them I came up short. I learned from the second week. Second week late in the game, I made sure that, it was a priority that I have. For him to, make up for the opportunity that we had last week. Obviously, it's a new week, new game, but still, the same outcome is late game. We gotta have a situation, and I definitely made it a number one priority to, be a valid option for Dak, and I'm glad he could find me.
CeeDee, you mentioned after the Falcons game that you had gone up to Dak before that drive and said, we're behind you, we got you. Dak also talked about who you are as a person off the field. How would you describe your relationship outside of football between you and Dak?
Me and Dak, man, through time, like I said, we can only speak through time, but everything that we worked for, up to this point, it only builds character. And for me, I made it my number one priority to, as a receiver, it's your job to be the best friend of your quarterback. Find out what he like, what he don't like, find out his goods, his bads, and at the end of the day, I want my quarterback to know that I'm always here with him. I don't want him to feel alone, and no matter if he threw 8 picks in the game, I'm still with him. And that voice that people need just in late games. A lot of pressure can build up on someone, and then they would think it's all on them. I know because I've experienced it from personal experiences, and in games, I feel like all the weight is on my shoulders. But for him, I just wanted to let him know, as a leader, as for him to be the leader of this team, I'm already knowing there's a lot of bearing going on him, on his shoulders. So, kind of wanted to let him know, hey, Dak, we here for you. You know what I'm saying? We got your back no matter what you do. And I think that kind of mellowed him down a little bit, let him understand the person he is and the great player and the great quarterback he is. This is just everything that we practice. So just trying to let him go in with an easy mindset, just make simple plays, and we're gonna go out and win. And that's what we did.
You played with multiple quarterbacks. You played with multiple quarterbacks.
Oh, go ahead.
You played with multiple quarterbacks at Oklahoma. Was that something you would say to them throughout your time there? I mean, were you giving them that encouragement during the game?
Yeah, I'll tell them. It started, obviously not my rookie. I'm in freshman year. I was still learning. My sophomore year, I kind of got a little confidence, and to let my quarterback know, I'm with you no matter what. You got me, and from then, I want all my quarterbacks to know, when in doubt, I have my guys in my corner, and I'm never alone. And I made that kind of one of my priorities, just for the simple fact that I hate losing, for one, and two, I want us to be all bought in on the same mission, and had the same mindset going into the last drive.
One more question, guys.
On Sunday, encouraged to go ahead. I was going to say, CeeDee, have you been encouraged to use your voice as someone who is still young on this team, but you talked about being able to get into Dak's ear and let him know that you're there to encourage? Have you been empowered to continue to do that, even as a rookie on this team?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'm not a guy who talks a lot, nor am I a guy that you're going to always hear. I don't really talk too loud. This is probably the loudest I ever get, in all honesty. I went up to him, you know, as a man, let him know, like, Dak, I'm with you. We with you. We got your back. And I think with those little words, it kind of helped him build his confidence in his character. You know, boosted him up a little bit. And you know, it's just little things that I'm trying to do right. You know, for my team, for my quarterback. And like I said, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to win.
Michael Gelkin, you're trying to get a question in. You're the last one.
In the third quarter, there was an on your lawn catch for it was 37 yards. The Falcons were showing a blitz pressure, and you had an outside release on the play. The way you ran your route, kind of looped around, and then found the soft spot in the zone and took off running. I was curious, what did you see pre-snap? Did the pressure coverage that you saw anticipate the way you ran your route? Can you kind of walk me through how you ran that route, what you saw?
We had a vertical route concept going on. It was a hard count. Got a jump on the defense, and then obviously we have all verticals. And with that going on, I look for, you know, I have the, you know, option to, with it being a free play, I had an option to, you know, go across the field or keep it vertical. And on that time, I saw an opening across the field, so I took it. And Dak saw me and he found me.
All right, thank you, CeeDee.